know, but it's true. The zombies will still spawn in the areas that they are at. So unless they're down inside the barn, they're going to spawn outside of the barn. So you can't really use this to effect. So what I'll do is I'll round up the zombies while everyone's bleeding out, and I will then lead them into the barn and kill them. But I'll show you that. I'll show you that strategy in a bit. That comes in a bit how to use that strategy effectively. Last zombie, come on, hurry up. Alright, so that's it. Round 18. But yeah, this does work on grief mode. You know, it was quite accidental that I found out about this spawn, because I wasn't expecting the spawn zones to be the way they are on such a small map. So the first game I played back in November or December, I started by, you know, running underneath the truck for the most part, like running around the truck, as I guess a lot of people probably do. And I started noticing that if I was up by closer beside the truck, in between the truck and the quick revive, I started to notice that more of the zombies would spawn out of the barn area, and I gradually worked it out that, okay, you know, if I'm pretty much inside the barn, they're all going to spawn out of the barn. And I didn't know about this area here until a 3-player game. Me and a couple friends, we were like, you know, we'll do the barn. Each person takes a window, and I wasn't too sure about the window that I'm pointing at right now. I wasn't sure if a guy's over there, what's going to happen, you know. So we tested it out. Oh, I'm getting pushed. I'm getting pushed. Now I have to be careful because I'm not sure if I got pushed too far back, so I'm not too sure if zombies are going to be spawning in areas other than where I want them to. But that'll help. Alright, so anytime I want to now, I can switch to my mid-round strategy. And this next strategy works up until the mid-40s, depending on, you know, a few things, but typically my experience is mid-40s is when I have to switch my strategy again. But I'm going to keep going with this as long as I can. But soon I'm going to get pushed. I'm not going to be able to hold my ground much longer, so I am going to get pushed out of here, which will cause the zombies to spawn in different areas. Yeah, okay. So now I just have to round them up. Now because I was out, because there's still now zombies are spawning over there. So now I have to be extra careful of guys coming from those windows, upstairs, everywhere basically. Now I can retake the barn though. Now in order to retake the barn, what I have to do is I have to round up all the zombies over here. Alright, that looks good. Alright, looks fine. Alright, now I'll get inside the barn. I'll kill all these guys as quick as I can. And then as fast as I can, I'm going to get back to the side of the barn. And now there shouldn't be any zombies. Shouldn't be any zombies spawning from behind me. But it's risky, so don't do it if you don't. Try not to do this. There's no need to retake. See, I got a guy behind me. Oh, it's a crawler. Okay. I hate those headless fuckers. Alright, so here, let me show you EMDing crawler. The walkers, they walk around. Crawlers just lie there. So I can go have a cigarette right now, leaving the game on, and it's never going to die. It'll just stay there forever. I can go to sleep for 10 hours and come back. If I'm playing co-op, I can go to sleep for 10 hours and come back and we're both still alive. As long as nobody shoots. That was a fail. There, you know what? I don't like having to waste ammo. I got enough points, so I'll get these. Alright, so this is the second part now, okay? I got pushed out of the barn. I don't have a lot of ammo left, so I'm going to automatically go to my next strategy. So this first wave, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay here as long as I can. I'm not going to kill any zombies. I'm just going to stay here as long as I can. As soon as I have to go, I'm going to go. Alright, I pretty much have to go. Alright, so I'm going to go as slow as I can. I'm going to keep close to this edge. And now because it is such a low round, there is a possibility that the odd zombie will spawn somewhere else. Because the higher the round you go, the faster the zombies spawn, which is what you want. You want the zombies to spawn almost instantly. But that's not going to be the case for now. Alright, now I should have 5 slow zombies. So what I'm going to do, I can go in the barn right now and just kill them and it's not a big deal. But if you want to speed up the next several rounds where you get multiple waves of 24 zombies at a time, what I like to do is I like to get the slow zombies down here, as far down here as I can, so that way I can kill all the fast ones and I don't have to wait for the slow ones again. They're already out here. I'm not waiting for the slow ones every wave. So I'm going to keep the slow ones safe. They will respawn on their own, but you know, I should be able to get a couple of waves in. Alright, so they should be far enough. So I'm going to come inside the barn. I'm going to make sure I'm inside the barn. And then I'm going to shoot these guys. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait as long as I can. And as soon as I got to go, I'm going to go. And I'm going to round them up again. And I'm just going to use basically a figure 8 pattern, or a crescent, or a zigzag, or whatever you want to call it. Once I have them all, I can start going circles. But doing circles before you have them all rounded up will get you killed. You might be able to go 10 waves, 100 waves, 1,000 waves, where it doesn't get you killed. But sooner or later, doing circles will get you killed. Alright, got them all rounded up. Wait until they get to the quick revive, blast away. And this same thing, I do this with a 2-player as well. I'll just, me and my buddy will round them up. He'll round them up underneath the truck while I run up to the house, or vice versa, depending on the host, who the host is. Host, we usually get to run the train, or the better player. But me and my friend that I usually do high rounds with, we're pretty decent. Both of us are pretty decent at running trains, so it's not too big of an issue on who's running the train, so it's better just to have the host do it. No lag for the host, except for a little bit of frame rate lag. Alright, I think we're pretty much at the end. Alright, and that's it. That's one wave. So now I have a choice. I can either try to stand my ground because I got ammo, or I can just go back into doing that. If you stand your ground, you're asking for trouble. Once you fail. And failure is always an option. Okay, see, now I'm going to have zombies spawning everywhere. So I have to be extra careful about my surroundings. Oh, see? If it wasn't for good reaction time and predicting that there might be something there, that could have been down right there. Alright, so I'll kill off this wave. Alright, insta-kill is a little bit of a different beast. Alright, so what you do is you get the insta-kill, try to fight your way to the side of the barn, and then you stand your ground as long as you can. Insta-kills you want to do at the side of the barn. This is where I prefer to do it anyways. You can do it wherever you want. There's a quick round. So I'll just put some boards on this window. What are we at? 55 minutes since the beginning of this recording. So we're about 50 minutes into the game, give or take. Alright, so I'm not even going to try killing them. I'm just going to do the roundup strategy. Alright, so I round them up. Now if you got 2 guys or 3 guys doing this, you can easily use the hammer and RPD and hold your ground there at the side of the barn a little bit longer, or you can just kill them at the windows. Alright, that's up to you, however you want to do it. Alright, once again, insta-kill. You gotta be careful with grabbing that shit though, because if I was outside of the barn to grab that, there is a line. I can go out a little bit out from the barn, but if I go out too far, then the zombies will be spawning from over there. Just because I went and grabbed that insta-kill, it could cause zombies to spawn in other places. So I have to be really aware of that as a fact. Ooh. My sprint button doesn't work. I've said it before. My sprint button often fails me. It's most noticeable when I try using a sniper rifle. I can't hold my breath. Alrighty. Alright, so that's round 23. I hope I've been clear on what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. I hope you're able to see the value in it. I hope you can understand the reason why I run that little figure there. Alrighty. So now I'm just going to wait as long as I can. And then cut as close as you can to the quick revive machine. Because the line isn't exactly where I showed you. You can go out a little bit. And the longer you can spend within the zone where all the zombies are going to spawn in the barn, the better. The less chance in these earlier rounds that zombies are going to spawn in places you don't want them to spawn.